Good morning to you. Good morning. I'm going to look at my name is Tokunbo Olagbaiye for those who are just joining us for the first time. What I want to look at, the Human Rights Act. Human Rights Act. The effect of Brexit on Human Rights Act. So I welcome you on board if you're just coming on, joining us for the first time. My name has not changed. Tokunbo Olagbaiye. You can join me up on Facebook when we link it up there. We're going to link it back to Facebook after this. But you can follow us on Scootly. Also, the telephone number to contact me for your immigration advice in the office is 0208 309 8808. 0208 309 8808. That is the telephone number to reach me for your immigration advice in the office. I basically want to talk about the Human Rights Act. You know, a lot of people do not know the effect of Brexit on the Human Rights Act, and that's going to cost you heavily. If you are one of those that are still out there at this particular period and you haven't submitted an application to the Home Office, I can assure you that it's going to have an effect on you. The government has been asked to talk about Human Rights Act, whether it's going to be taken off after Brexit. Government has not given a commitment. There is no written assurance about Human Rights Act 1998, whether it's going to be retained or whether it's going to be transposed into our domestic law, which is immigration law, which is the UK law, when it moves from Brexit, from Europe, you know. So at the moment, it's actually, you know, it remains hush-hush. It remains hush-hush. It's not really clear what the government intends to do with Human Rights Act. And at this stage, the government is asked to give assurance to its citizens in the United Kingdom and to the European Union nationals that are exercising treaty rights in the UK to make sure that they explain, you know, to everyone whether they are going to take off human rights completely or whether it's going to be interpreted. As it is at the moment, the situation is so unclear. So if you are one of those that are still hanging around and still thinking that, oh, should I put in an application or not put in an application? After Brexit, there is more likely to be a bit of hard law. A little bit of hard domestic law will be in after Brexit. Since there is no written commitment from the government's from the government side, it basically means that they are more likely to take it off and introduce something completely. Now, when we're looking at the basic argument, you know, we're looking at the basic argument on the human rights law. It's very important to have a concrete written document from the government to assure its people, its citizens, guarantee them their rights. The reason why we have Human Rights Act there is for your freedom to do anything with your family life, your correspondence, without government interference. And if that Human Rights Act is taken off, it means that the government will be able to make a decision on your life at any time, overnight. A decision that will affect your family life, a decision that can affect your correspondence, your business, that can interfere with your daily life. Government will likely to make that decision if Human Rights Act is taken off. If it's not replaced and transposed into the European Union, into the British law, which is domestic law after Brexit. Now, if you're in the UK, a lot of people make application under Article 8 ECHR. Article 8 is human rights. It doesn't have to be under immigration law. It could be under anything. So Article 8 and other articles are there. There's freedom of liberty, freedom not to be detained recklessly in a detention center, Article 5, which guarantee you freedom, your liberty. Now, if ECHR is not there anymore, it means that you will not be able to argue. Your lawyer will not be able to argue on your behalf on ECHR Article 5. Even right to Article 6 fair hearing, you will not be able to argue on Article 6. Then Article 8, the utmost part of it, the most important part of it, Article 8, which is right to family life. Government will interfere. No one will be able to guarantee your Article 8, subsection 1, because government will be able to have power over it. So if you're due to make an application in the UK, I will basically advise you to try as much as possible, put in your application, especially those of you who are going on 7 years. If your child has clocked 7 years in the UK and you are still hanging around, put in your application. If you have a partner in the UK, put in your application. And those who are in the detention center, you need to start making an argument now. Those who are being detained and ready for removal, deportation, you will not be able to use Article 8 properly if the government does not transpose it. So the whole idea at the moment is that everything looks so unclear with regards to the issue of human rights, and that's the area that I'm going to. I'm going to continuously talk about this ACHR because that is my area of expertise and I'm interested in it. But I want to encourage you, if you aren't there, ladies and gentlemen, if you're due and you meet all the necessary requirements, put in an application to the Secretary of State for the Home Department in the UK. My number has not changed for the consultation and for any advice you may need on 0208 309 8808, 0208 309 8808. So I'm not too sure whether it is clear to you, but I will be back again to explain further on the issue of Human Rights Act. Human Rights Act 1998, we are holding our grip, fingers crossed, because we do not want it to be taken off. If it does taken off, there will be a lot of problem for migrants in the United Kingdom. Until then, stay tuned and watch this platform for updates on YouTube, Lawyer Tokunbo Olagbaiye TV page. Thank you. My number is on 0208 309 8808 for all your inquiries on immigration and nationality law, including your consultation. Don't forget, contact me in the office. I might be able to arrange your face-to-face appointment towards the evening time or on Wednesday. For those who are really keen to meet me, to see me face-to-face, you can see me either on Wednesday or from evening time, 5:30 or onward. Thank you. Take care for now. Bye.